Well, guys, welcome to Choices Talks from your host Nirbande. So today we're gonna be going over the Distant Shores and the recent this year it released and it's a standalone. Now we know for sure after several blog posts and Choices Insiders by the Choices Pixelberry store. But I thought that meanwhile that going over this book Distant Shores, it's gonna be worth it. So when this book released, I remember there was another book that was also very famous. And well, to be honest, this year so far, if I'm not being wrong, three books released. Those were by I'm talking about the released books because America's Most Eligible and High School Story released last year, if I remember properly. So I wouldn't count those stories as released in this year. So the books that released this year, among them we have Distant Shores and the highly anticipated book the Bolas, and also Open Hearts. Now, so definitely this book got a lot of attention, and a lot of people liked it. So Distant Shores, it's a book about time travel. Like you are auditioning for a your pirate role, and suddenly you touch a golden watch or something, and then you go back to a real pirate ship, and it all starts there. There you meet your crew, and there you meet the Charlie and the pirate captain, and there in your group you find Robert, who is the outlaw type, and you see like something's off with this guy, and he from the moment one he starts to doubt about you, and also you see like he forms a crew like, and finally there happens the mutiny, and due to the mutiny you see the group where you went first after the time travel that splits up, and when it splits up you see Robert and his crew, they go their separate way, and you and your pirate captain and Charlie and Maggie and other people, you stay together, and there you have so there you have the side task of filling your pirate cabinet. So you see there like if you get to appoint people, different people at different times, like Guinea and his the father, the father type person. He's not father but sort of the father person with the kind of effect he got on Guinea. I don't remember his name at this point, right top of my head. I don't remember his name. Who was represented as the father, you know, as a father figure of Guinea. So anyway, so you if you play those, if you diamond scenes, if you recruit all those members, and so you see like then Robert, who was and his team, they were not the only the antagonist character. You find the main antagonist character is the British general, with whom your pirate captain has some brief beforehand, and you learn if you play those diamond scenes, you get to learn. You don't get to learn a lot about it. Like if you had hoped to learn more about their backstory, probably you don't get to learn more, and it ends. So that's a different thing. I'm gonna talk at the end, but sort of like you see that, and then this 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 British Navy's captain. So he is sort of the antagonist character in this book, and so it's all about he wants to find that golden compass because he also believes that it has some power and it can lead him and his to the gold and to the treasure. So now it's all about that. Now we later book we found out you went to a place there, you meet one guy called Oliver, and it's sort of we right away, right off the bat, we discover that this is our love interest. So now later we found out though that Oliver is a British guy, and definitely he's the British general's son. Now things get complicated when they take hostage our crew, and specifically our captain. We go to rescue them, and we were thrown to a single prison, we remember, and our pirate captain gets tortured, and then we fly away. Then we try to help our pirate captain escape, and we go to an island. We hide the golden compass, if you know. But again, through certain circumstances, we team up again with Robert and his crew that left after the mutiny, and then we thought that Robert and his team, they're gonna be our friend. But at the fight, when we were at fight with the British general, we saw that Robert was just pretending to be our friend, but rest of his crew members, we did I think if you played those bonus scenes, those diamond scenes, you would be able to turn one member of Robert's team in your favor, and he would be serving for you. And then Robert's team, you find that you betrayed by them, and they'll go again. But at the end, you see like there's some portal open and stuff like that, and then you finally beat the Robert. Perhaps he gets killed by the general, but at the end of the day, you beat general. And depending on your love interest, in my case, it was Charlie. So she gets seriously injured, but everything gets fine at the end of the day. So and now I want to talk about precisely about the last chapter, because the last chapter was, to be honest, an emotional ride. Like, well, I felt that like when we defeated him and something, messy was going on. Like when you read, like when you go there, sometimes you see the future, like someone is driving a car but you are in the past. Now again, like those kind of things have a glitch, so they described it as the time glitch, and this happened a lot when you were at fight with the admiral, with the British Navy general at the end of the book. And when you defeated him, you see that sort of, you get back at the point, like you discovered something. You get to see your future with Charlie at one point when you're going to just find this general to fight him in the last chapters, the chapter before the last chapter, in the chapter before the last chapter, yeah. Or depending on, and now it depends. You got to see the future to love interest. Now it depends. Like I chose Charlie, but again, I keep saying Charlie, but your love interest, that would be. So now there's this point. So after defeating him, you get back to your your future, like your present, that is like the future with respect to your that time, the pirate time, but the present. And also one point, like you also see in the glimpse that Charlie, who was finding her mother, if you follow her backstory all the way, you remember she was the daughter of that, uh, she of the mayor of the city, if you remember, if you played the whole diamond scenes and stuff like that. So you get to see like she finally finds her mom. But so this is all this is the future you saw at that time. But immediately after defeating the pirate, you get back to your future, and then you find yourself on that, on the exact same place where you left at the auditioning place. And then you quit the audition because like this kind of auditioning and this kind of audition, though those don't have any values for you right now, because you have seen a lot the pirate life by yourself, and you've been there, you fought those battles. So you go to the museum and you see all those things, the great pirate, your love interest, they talk about it, and it gets me emotional. Like it got me emotional, and if I read it again, I'm planning to read it again, so it is bound to get me emotional, because that was the emotional part. And you think like, wow. So at the end of the day, what you see, like the Robert, like looking like person, is probably Robert is saying like, come on, let's break that, break that security protection and get that golden compass, and let's travel back to the past. And you also went there because like what is waiting for you, so probably go back again, and you come back again. So you sort of, with the help of that golden compass, travel back and forth between past and future, and the past and present. But I think at some point, if you see, like, for my love interest, if it's for you guys whose love interest was Charlie, for them, you will see like it says like a muse stole Charlie's heart but never returned back, but she was happy with it. So probably at some point we're not gonna return to the past. I think like this, and probably we would be settled in our future, that is our present, and we would probably forget about Charlie or our love interest, whoever it was, whoever it is in the past, and they would live their life alone, because the muse, that is our main character, would be living in the present. Probably, I don't know, like for what reasons it could be. Like it's your imagination. Probably have found someone. You're married in this present time. Also, you were sort of not following. Like I don't know. Like it could be because in a blog post it says like there's not gonna be any spin off or second book for the Distant Shores. It's gonna be a standalone. So and they say like we would like to leave it to your imagination. Like your imagination can lead it. Like it's the stories till then. You defeated the villain, the antagonist character. You got the rules, you know. Now you're gonna go back to future past, and like it's up to you. Like you're gonna go back to past, you're gonna do whatever you want. You can come back like anything. So after that point, what happens? What's gonna happen? You have the right to decide. They're gonna leave it to your imagination. I've talked about this a little bit in a previous video too. So I guess that's about it. But you know, a lot of guys are talking about that the like it ended like they did, like they really rushed the ending. It was rushed, and it was like should have been extended till if not a book two. I believe that the distant shores should have been extended to 20 or 21 or 22 chapters. But truth to be told, I found it quite interesting in 16 chapters, even like 16 chapters book distant shores. I found it interesting. And moreover that, I think I quite like the idea, like you get to imagine like what's gonna happen. I like that sort of thinking that the new trend the choices is going with. You know, with Nanny Affairs, they're doing the same thing. They're saying that when asked that if the main character's family is going to be revealed in the book two of Nanny Affairs, they said that we're going to leave this part to our readers because they get to imagine their own family in that. So I think this imagination process for the side things, for the side reasons, and then for the main reason, like you know, you get to live your adventure, but then a family and this sort of thing, like the ending, they're leaving it up to you because again, this is choices. They're not going to decide it. So you're going to decide like what are you going to do. So probably it should be in the story, but yeah, I understand. But yeah, so all in all, Distant Shores, I would say, if you compare this year's books, it's been a successful book. Distant Shores, I really liked it. I really like Bolus, but I don't know, like I really like playing all those pirate crews and Oliver and everyone. So I would rank Distant Shores as the book number one of this book. Second place definitely gonna go to Bolus, and third place is Open Heart, then My First Love, then Queen Bee and Nanny Affair respectively. Now I would do a ranking list in the next video. So thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, post those in the comment section or let's discuss it in the comment section. Take care guys, see you in the next video. Bye.